Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing wonderful. Welcome back to the Strike Traders YouTube channel. I hope you all are having a great month up until now and a great weekend as well. Now, the purpose of making this video is so that I can help you understand how you can transition from CFD, that is Forex, to futures in these months coming up ahead, and how you can take advantage of futures prop firms. A lot of people want to shift from Forex to futures, but they are unable to understand how to handle trading drawdown, how to handle prices, how to handle the future stuff, and they have a lot of doubts around this particular space, especially a lot of people who are already very much seasoned in the Forex space, within the CFD space, and they want to try out futures because there is obviously so much going around in futures, such great pricing, such great offers, so much better ROI than the CFD firms. So I have prepared a bunch of notes for you guys, which I personally feel can help anyone in this world to shift from Forex to futures. But what you need to understand is you will need to carefully understand what I'm saying and how to interpret that into your trading. You cannot just take these points and see that, okay, so these points are there, I'll follow them, and I'll be able to shift from Forex to futures. No, what I'm going to make you understand is the mindset change you need in order to make money in futures, and how futures is actually, in a way, there are both pros and cons for futures and Forex, but how actually futures has a better ROI. I'm exactly going to tell you this in this particular video. So make sure you have subscribed, make sure you have dropped a like, make sure you watch it till the end. And if you do like my content, please drop a comment, drop a like, drop a subscribe. It will be very, very helpful to me. Let's get started. So, hey everyone, let's get started. Now, before starting, I have written a few points which I actually want to talk about in this entire video so that you can understand what I am saying very precisely, and whatever I am saying, you can able to take advantage of that. Now, the first thing that we are going to talk about it is win rate and precision. Now, why am I going to talk about win rate? You all have heard that people are trading with negative RR, some people are trading with, people in futures do a lot of scalping and stuff like that. What I'm going to tell you one thing is futures is an absolute different ball game than CFDs. Why am I saying that? Because of the sheer fact that in CFDs you can trade hundreds of pairs. You can trade Forex, you can trade Bitcoin, you can trade Ethereum, you can trade, even small coins. Apart from that, there is a lot of space in Forex to trade about. There are a lot of pairs to trade. There is a lot of volatility that you can acquire from Forex. But what happens in futures is you're only trading two assets. Either you're trading gold or you're trading Nasdaq. Nasdaq being the main asset that every single futures trader trades. Now, when you're trading Nasdaq, you know that the market is only open for 8 hours when you're trading Nasdaq. Okay. Apart from that, it is all the pre-market and the post-market, but the futures keep going on for 23 hours a day for 5 days a week. But the main volatility come only in those 8 to 9 hours during those pre-market hours and post-market hours. So a lot of people shift to scalping in futures, and more than scalping, people are very particular with whatever they trade, and win rate is very important. I'm going to show you a very clear example. Let's go to Funding Ticks website, and over here you can see that there is the leaderboard. Okay, people have made the highest amount of money. Now when you see this, take a look at the win rate: 73%, 72%. There is one exception of 17%, leave it out. 49%, 72%, 78%, 64, 71, 86, 80, 71, 77, 53. Every single guy has a win rate more than 55% on an average. Why do you think? Do you think everybody is crazy because they have higher win rate? And I'll tell you one thing: a lot of people don't shift from Forex to futures also because they have very shitty win rate. Okay, they cannot adapt to the fact that I need to have a good win rate in order to make it in futures, and that is the reason why a lot of Forex traders never ever try futures, because they don't have the capability or they don't have the confidence that we can adapt to better win rate, and we need to trade very precious. We need to trade very particularly, because everyone wants to trade all the time. They need to be trade in a they need to be in a trade 24 into 7. It keeps the dopamine running, and that is the reason why a lot of Forex traders don't shift from Forex to futures as well. But as you can see, when you're in futures, you need to have a very high win rate. You see the entire leaderboard, you see any firm's leaderboard, they have high win rates and they trade very particularly. So precision, win rate, and asset, it's very limited in futures. So you need to be very particular with whatever you do in the future space. Coming back to the second point, mindset for challenges. try to understand one very simple thing. Futures is a game of futures prop firms are for gamification. Okay. Now, do not disagree with me when I say that it's for gamification. If it's not for gamification, why is Apex, taking 1 day challenges? Right? Why is Apex promoting 1 day challenges? Why is Tradify promoting 1 day challenges? Why is Lucid Trading promoting 1 day challenges? Right? They want you to pass in 1 day. They want you to make all the profits in a single day and get funded in the same day. So isn't it gamification? It is gamification. Futures prop firm is a lot about gamification, and it is a lot about hitting a home run or hitting a zero. Now, when I talk about challenges, please understand one very simple thing. There are a lot of firms which do not have 1 day pass as well, like example funding ticks and my funded futures. Okay, they have 40% and 50% consistency rate. Now, please try to understand when I say this, that when you're trading with a $50,000 account, your drawdown is at 48,000. Okay, in a challenge phase, I'm talking about a challenge. Let's not talk about futures, sorry, funded. I'm currently talking about challenge phase. When you're trading with $50,000, your drawdown is technically at 48,000, and this is going to answer a lot of people's question on how to tackle with end of the day trailing drawdown. Okay, since a lot of people are unable to tackle with it, how to tackle with end of the day trailing drawdown. When you're at 50,000, your drawdown is at 48,000, and let us say you start your trading today and you make $1,000, which is at 50, which takes you at 51,000, and your drawdown is at 49,000. Now, technically, tell me one thing: are you not starting a new challenge again on day two with the same $2,000 drawdown? Are you not? Yes, you are. So how to pass challenges with funding ticks and my funded futures and Bullinox or firms with consistency score on evals. Okay. The only way to pass evals with consistency score is winning days. Okay, you need to have continuous winning days. So you'll have to pick your week, you'll have to pick your day, you'll have to tell yourself that okay, I'm not going to trade today because it looks a little choppy, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, thousand, and I'm done. You need to have 3 continuous winning days. Now, why am I telling you you need to have 3 continuous winning days? You can have one losing day as well, not an issue. But when on third day you go from 51,000 to 50,000, you are still left with 49,000 drawdown. You only have $1,000 left to blow. That puts mental pressure on you that, oh fuck, I only have $1,000. Now I have to hit or miss. Then there is a hit or miss condition for you. Okay. So that is why I'm telling you in futures, evals, every single day is like you're trading a new challenge. Even if you have made $500, the $500 balance drawdown has moved up. So you're again starting with $2,000. It's not like CFD that from 100K you went to 104K. So now you have $4,000 to make another, so now you have at least $12,000 to make $4,000. No, you still have only $2,000. The target is reducing, but the drawdown is the same, right? So you need to understand this particular fact that you need to have continuous winning days in your challenges in order to get to your funded account. Now let's talk about funded accounts. A lot of people still don't understand that in funded accounts with every single firm, no matter which firm you trade, you need to make a $2,000 buffer in order to get a payout. With funding ticks, you can make a $2,000 buffer. With Tradify, you have to make a $3,000 buffer. With Lucid, you will have to make 50 to 100 buffer, which is $2,100 buffer. $2,000 to $3,000 average buffer you will have to make in order to get a payout from any futures firm, apart from Funded Next and MFF, where you just have to make a few winning days and you make payout out of it. Now, I do not recommend that because I don't have experience. I don't have a lot of experience in not making buffer because I feel that that makes you a lot greedy, and buffer is a good system to keep you disciplined, and it also gives you a chance to get another payout. So it's much better to make a buffer and trade with buffer rather than trading with firms which only require you 5 into $100 and you make $500. There is not a lot of ROI as well. I hope you're understanding whatever I'm saying. Now, when you're trying to make $2,000 buffer, this is where you need to understand micro and mini. Okay, I'm going to give you a very simple explanation on micro and mini. One micro for 1 point the value is $2. Okay, so let us say there is a Nasdaq at 24,000 and it moves to 24,001 and you have bought one micro, you make $2. Okay, now what is about mini? Mini, for every 1 point the value is $20, right? It is one mini is equals to 10 micros. Okay, so if you'd be taking 10 micros, just don't take a micro, take a mini instead. Cool. So micro and mini are two different instruments you can use for the same asset, which is Nasdaq. Okay, which is NQ. Now what you need to understand, for why am I saying this when I'm explaining you the funded account mindset? Okay, please understand very clearly. I have already explained you this concept. Okay, I have already explained you this concept, right? That every single day is like a new challenge. You have only $2,000 left. When you're in funded, you want to get to this buffer as soon as possible because there is no consistency. There is no consistency, right? So you want to get to this $2,000 buffer as soon as possible. Then you can have X number of winning days. Then you can have 5 winning days. Then you can have 6 winning days and you can get a payout. The success to getting funded accounts running and getting payouts from them is how smoothly you can get to the buffer. If you fumble a lot while making the buffer, there is a chance that you will blow the account. Okay, now how to create this $2,000 buffer? This is where micro and mini come. You need to have very good precision to understand that today is going to be a very volatile day and I am going to take a mini, because today the average trading range till London is less. That means that I'll have a smaller stop loss, let's say only $400-500, but the reward is going to be $2,000 or $1,500. It's going to be a 1:3, 1:4, 1:5. And those days you can make this buffer. So be very particular with which day you make the buffer. You can also make $1,000 and you can try for $1,000 the next day. That is not an issue, right? But again, the question is, can you have 2 winning days in a row? What are the probabilities of that? What does your stat say? If you can have, please go ahead. But if you're someone who's a little cautious, who's saying that, I know I can win today, but I don't know if I can win tomorrow, right? So then you need to make sure that you are using mini to trade that particular funded account and you're making those $2,000 buffer. Funded accounts are all about capitalizing on same day. Don't leave it for other day. Then the challenge drawdown will move up. Okay, capitalize on the same day. Let's say you started your funded account today with $50,000. Okay, and in the first trade you made $400, and it's only London. There is still pre-NY, there is NY, there is post-NY, there is a lot of time. Okay, so now if you're getting a second trade, try to use this 400 to make 800. Now you're at total at $1,200. Okay, and still there is some time left and you feel that you can get another opportunity, make another 500. Voila, you're at $1,700, $1,800 a day on a funded account, and you are already close to your buffer. Capitalizing on the same day on a futures funded account is something you need to understand very, very carefully. You all have seen Lanto make 250k, 250k, 250k in 3 days, 4 days. He has made a million. He did not do that by taking one position. He has capitalized on multiple positions, multiple contracts on days that were very, very volatile on the NASDAQ, and he has made money out of it. Okay, so funded account and challenge account are very different. In challenge, you need to have, there is a necessity of you having continuous winning days. In funded, one big winning day, you're set. One big winning day, you're set. You can have multiple payouts. You can have multiple payouts from that particular big day, right? So this is something that you need to understand when you're trading funded accounts for futures. Now, let's come to the pricing part. Okay, a lot of people still don't understand that futures account sizes doesn't really matter. If you have a $50,000 account, you have a drawdown of $2,000. That is technically a 20k account or a 25k account. Am I right or wrong? So funding doesn't matter in futures. What matters is how much drawdown you have left, how much target you need to complete. Okay, so let us say there is an average funded account from CFD. 100K account costs you how much? $400 to $500. And the average 50K from futures costs you $90 to $100. That means if you're someone who's taking 100K in CFDs, you can take four futures account in futures prop firm, 450K accounts in futures prop firm. But the difference is there you have $8,000 drawdown left. Here you have only $2,000 drawdown left. So you need to have much higher precision. Okay, the investing capability in futures is much higher. It has to be much higher. In CFDs it's not that much, trust me, because it takes some time to blow a 8% drawdown or a 10% drawdown account. But in futures you can do this in one single day. So you need to have the capability to burn money in futures. And I said this again, and I'm saying this again. If firms wanted you to not gamify, they should have never brought 1 day pass challenges. They want you to gamify. They want you to gamify challenges. So if they want to gamify challenges, then why not we? So your investing capability and futures has to be a lot. The more you invest, if you're a good trader, the more odds that you will make a lot of payout. Okay. So capital has to be a leverage in order to gain more ROI from futures. So I've explained you how to work with end of the day trailing drawdown, mindset for challenges, mindset for funded. I've explained you mini and micro. I've explained you win rate and precision with examples. I think I have pretty much covered every single thing. And one more thing which I would like to add as well, in futures, when you're moving from Forex, you have the opportunity to do copy trading swiftly and smoothly. Okay, you can stack up accounts and you can make sure that you are making money out of copy trading. But a small catch, again, coming back to the same point, 100K in CFD costs you $400 with $8,000 drawdown. So to lose that one account, it will take you a lot of time. It will take you, at least if you're risking 1%, it will take you 8 days, right? But in futures, on a 100K account, you have only $3,000 drawdown left. So technically only 3 days if you're risking 1%. Okay. And you multiply that by 5 accounts or 4 accounts, it will take you, you can literally lose your $400-500 in one single day because you're copy trading every single account. So copy trading has to be done very particularly. It has to be done very carefully. You cannot start with copy trading. You can move to copy trading slowly in your journey, but you cannot start with copy trading. You cannot say I will start with 5 trades a day, five accounts one time. You have to start with one account, then scale to two, then maybe scale to four, then maybe scale to 5, 10, 15, whatever is the number you want. So do not start with copy trading if you're coming directly from future Forex to futures, because then you don't understand that the drawdown is very less and you can lose it all in a single day, in a flash of an eye. Okay. And when that happens, you would regret why I brought futures instead of Forex, because in Forex I had much drawdown and stuff. But in reality, you did not understand that here it is a game of precision. Here it is a game of tight risk management and challenges. And in funded, it's a game of how you can capitalize on your big days. So I have tried my best to give you every single thing on getting you understand what is the mindset required to come into futures. I hope this video definitely helps you out. If it does, please drop a comment below. I have tried my best. And yeah, I'll see you guys again in a new video with something new and exciting to learn about. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.